So far we've learned how to add, subtract, and multiply polynomials, so obviously the next thing we need to learn is dividing. It'd be nice if you guys were quiet. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to remember how to do long division. Remember, that's where I write the number I'm dividing by on the outside, and then the number I want to divide on the inside. Now what do I want to do? Okay, what do I do now that I've written 12 on the bottom? Okay. Okay, so the 1 just comes down. Right now we are. Okay, so how many times does 4 go into 1? 0. So what do I do with this 1? No, I'm going to use it as a remainder. Okay, so 1 is my remainder, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to write it as a fraction. You guys remember this? Well, you learned it before. So dividing polynomials kind of works the same way. So what I want to do is if I'm dividing this polynomial by this one, the one with the 2x to the 4 is going to be on the inside. Oh, and one thing I want to point out is notice I'm missing an x squared. So I'm going to write it with a 0. It's going to be plus 0x squared. And then out here I have what? I just wrote long division. The x squared plus 3x plus 2? No. Okay, so when I am doing my long division with polynomials, I want my first terms to match up. So I want to figure out what I need to multiply x squared by to turn it into 2x to the 4th. I want to figure out what, so I ignore this piece right here, and I'm only looking at x squared. What do I need to multiply x squared by to turn it into 2x to the 4th? 2x squared. Hey, why is there so much hair here today? I know. Wait, that's not where I write 2x squared. Okay. You always write it above the term that matches it. Okay, so what I'm going to do off to the side so I know what to write underneath is I'm going to multiply 2x squared by x squared plus 3x plus 2. Thank you. Because I need to, remember how up here, when we wanted to subtract a 12, I had to multiply 4 by 3 to subtract that 12? So that's the same thing I'm doing over here. Okay, so I multiply, I get 2x to the 4th. What's 2x squared times 3x? Cubed. And then I have 2x to the 4th, or no, just kidding, 2x squared times 2. Okay, so remember up on number 1, we subtracted. So what I want to do here is I want to subtract all of these from the numbers above. So up here when I subtracted, like when I got my 12, I subtracted. So I'm subtracting. Okay. Okay, so then what am I left with? No. So I get negative 3x cubed. Then what? And then these two terms just go down. Okay, then what do I want to do? So what do I need to multiply x squared by to turn it into negative 3x? Negative 3x. It's what I need to multiply x squared by to turn it into negative 3x squared. Okay. I assume that's why it's called long division. It's a long time. There is. But we have to learn the long way first. Okay. Okay. So then I want to multiply this off to the side. What's negative 3x times x squared? Negative 3x cubed. Negative 3x times 3x. Negative 9x squared. And negative 3x times 2. Okay. So, if I want to subtract these, it's going to change all of their signs to the opposite sign and make them all positive. Because remember, subtracting negatives is the same thing as adding it. Well, am I done yet? So I want to add straight down now. What's negative 3x squared plus 3x squared? 0x. I said squared, didn't I? 0 cubed, so I don't have to write that. Negative 4x squared times plus 9x squared. Negative. Positive. Positive 5x plus 6x. And the 1 just goes down. Because normally we would subtract, but we're doing the opposite of subtracting. Because these numbers were all negative. Yeah, we add. We do the opposite. Okay. Then what do I want to do next, Jessica? No. We're going to go all the way till we have all of my numbers up top are filled up, and then we're going to be done. So we have one more row to go. So I want to figure out what I need to multiply x squared by to turn it into 5x squared. 5. You told me I was asking for it. Okay. Then what? What do I do with that 5? So 5 times x squared is 5 times 3x. And 5 times 2, 7. 7? I think I was adding them. Yeah, I do. Hold on one second. Okay, so now I want to write these over here. And then all of these are positive, so I'm going to subtract them all. So, what do we get when we subtract? Yeah, when we subtract these, what do we get? Negative 4x. And then minus 11. So, what I want to do is I want to write my answer, and I've tried to give myself a lot of room, but it turns out I did not. So I'm going to write it over here. So my answer is going to be 2x squared minus 3x plus 5, and that came from up here. Correct. Okay. Then I'm also going to do plus, and then it's going to be a fraction, negative 4x minus 11 over x squared plus 3x plus 2. Where did this piece come from, the top? That was what I had left over at the end. And where did the denominator come from? Sure pink. Okay, so questions on how I wrote my final answer. What? Now Friday's not going to be a good day because I taught you long division with polynomials. Questions on the method. Other than being long, are there questions on the method? There is another method, but I have to teach you the long division one first. As a placeholder. What? No, it has to be 0 because there wasn't an x squared, and 0 represents nothing. So I need all of my x terms to show up, even if they don't. You're always going to add it if it's missing. So like, oh, the next one has it. So the next one's missing it. So like number 5 on the back, you won't have to add anything in. Because it goes x cubed, x squared, x, no x. You count down on your exponents. And nothing's missing when I count down from 3. No, number 5 you don't have to add. So we'll do another one where we have to add 0 in. Okay. Same way. Same way. We have to learn this method first. Nope. You learned it on Tuesday. Really? Okay, so how do I start this off? How do I set it up? What do I put inside? Are you sure I do plus 2x squared? Because I went from 4 to 2, I need to put a placeholder for 3. So, up here, look at my exponents on the first thing. It goes from exponent of 4 to exponent of 2. I need to have all of my exponents counting down. So I'm missing the one with the 3.
And that's where you would put.
That's where I put the 0. Okay, so what do I need to multiply x squared by to turn it into x to the 4th? What? I want to turn this one into this one.
You can do x squared.
Yeah.
You can put it on top of that number.
I put
Okay,
it.
you put it on top of x squared.
I put it on top of the x squared.
Okay, you do x squared times.
So what's x squared times x squared? X squared times negative x. And x squared times 1. So this is another reason why I would want to go and put the 0 as the placeholder, because when I go to add, I need to put something with my x cubed. Why did I write 2? Okay. But do I do it just like I wrote the signs? No, all of them need to change. So this is going to turn negative, this one's going to turn positive, and this one's going to turn negative. Signs always change. What do you mean? We're not adding x squared, we're subtracting it. Because over here, the x to the 4th and x squared were positive, so I need to subtract them. And then over here, this one was negative, so opposite of negative is positive. Okay, what do I get when I add down? And then, okay, what do I want to do next? No. Yeah, so I want to see what multiplies from x squared to turn it into x cubed. X. So then over here, I multiply by x. Okay, so x times x squared is x times negative x is x times 1 is okay, what do I do with that? Okay, so then I want to go ahead and change my signs. And then I can add. So x cubed minus x cubed goes away. X squared plus x squared gives me negative x minus x gives me, and the 5 just goes straight down. Okay, so I'm looking for what multiplies by x squared to turn it into 2x squared. 2. It's a really good one. Okay, what is 2 times x squared? 2 times negative x. And 2 times 1? 2. For doing what?
I was looking at he's like,
Okay, so then I changed my signs. And then I combine them. So negative 2x squared, or no, positive 2x squared minus 2x squared. 0x squared. Negative 2x plus 2x. Yeah. 0. 5 minus 2? 3. So how do I write my answer? Mm-hmm. Okay, so questions here. I know it takes a while. But other than that, questions.